Hello, 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 guys. Hello, hello, everyone. Hope you are having a great Monday. Hope you all had a chance to see the eclipse wherever you are, wherever you have been, or wherever you were today. I myself, I'm in North Carolina, and it came for all of, I want to say I missed it. I don't even know. It was like dark for a minute and a half, if that, a few seconds, if that. And then it kind of went away, and I was like, okay, well, I guess the eclipse has come and it has gone. So it is what it is. We are back in working mode. Ironically, this morning, my Wi-Fi has been acting up all day. And so a lot of us couldn't get a lot accomplished. I don't know if it was anticipation for what was about to come. I have no idea. But anyway, we're all back up in normal and running. And so today, I wanted to do this stream yesterday. Just had a lot to do. I have people moving in my life right now. My mom-in-law and my mother are both moving at the same time. And so I just had a lot to do. And so today, I really think today was a better day for this message than yesterday. And I want to talk about this topic of the popularity or the popularization of playing small in business, especially in business, but in leadership and in life and in anything that you're trying to accomplish. The fact that playing small and playing to a level that is far below your capacity is the popular way to go. And so the reason I wanted to share this message is because, like I said, I've been trying to really come in here and thank you all for being part of my community and kind of tell you a little bit more about me. I don't want you to just think it's a website and some cute logos and, that's it. Like, there's a lot more to this. And so I'm not going to bore you with the semantics, but let me share with you where I began. So for those of you who may not know, I'm a real estate investor, a real estate developer. I have bought and sold hundreds of residential homes and then went into the commercial market, and I currently rehab a lot of shopping centers. So that's really what I do. In addition, I'm the founder of the Confidence Factor for Women in Leadership. And so one of the things that I have had the task of doing is working with a lot of women who need to get more concentrated and elevate in leadership, whether they want to elevate in their businesses or whether they want to elevate in leadership and get more high-level careers. And I came to this realization some years ago that playing small is the popular way to go. It is what it is. I've always said that I've noticed that through the progression of me growing from an entrepreneur to someone who scaled something to the next levels when I sold my first company, to the next level of, being able to have employees, to the next level of growing those employees and now having a little bit more departments. Like, I'm still in small, but I'm still growing, and I still I employ a lot of people. And I employ people not necessarily in my backyard, so that's the best part. Like, I don't think I can work in a company. I don't think I could. And one of the best parts about that is me being able to grow at every level. But I'm going to be transparent with you and tell you that every level brings about a new level of being polarized from everybody else. So you're not as in the how can I say, you're not in the population group. And I made a joke with one of my BFFs the other day that when I was struggling, everybody used to pray for me. I used to have all kinds of ministries and ministry leaders and team leaders and be on prayer calls and this and the other. When I was trying to get this off the ground, I used to be prayed for. And then you get to a certain level of success, and then somehow people start praying on you. And some of those same people that used to pray for me now send me inbox messages asking for money. And it becomes a totally different way of growing and adapting to the changes that getting to a certain level. And I'm not going to say I'm successful yet. I'm always saying every day is a journey, but I'm much further than where I began. But in the journey, you start noticing that people change around you and they evolve into feeling like they've been genuine, and then all of a sudden it going into what do I need and what you can do for me and what your platform can do for me and what your people and your contacts can do for me. And so it becomes wait a minute, we're going to pray for you until you start being able to pay me back for all the prayers. It's like, I got to pay back for my prayers. LOL. And so over the years, I've noticed that not only is it popular to be in a struggle mode, I've also noticed that it is almost glamorized and glamified in a way that I've never understood. And so we have people out here who consistently glamorize the idea that small business is great. Having a micro-sized business is the way to go. Being a solopreneur for the rest of your life is it's fantastic. Because when you're at that stage and when you're in a small stage of building something in business or even leading, you get a lot more resources. All of a sudden, everything is free. You can walk into a bank, they give you free information, free books, free training, and you can get a lot of free stuff. When you start making a little bit more money, you have to get access to rooms. And in order for you to get access, of course, access has a fee. And so you have to know how much are you willing to invest to get access. And I think that why we have a society that actually glamorizes entrepreneurship the way it is in its current form of playing small is because it's the only true way to be able to keep a lot of people around you. It's the only true way for a lot of people to be on your side, to give you access to information, giving you advice, for people to stay around you, people, cheering you on. They're always cheering you on when you're small. And I think that what we have done is we have created entrepreneurs who they stay in a struggle mode very long because they've gotten acclimated to being around people who say that this is the way to go. Stay small because this is where you get all your free information, your free access, your free resources. If you stay small, you get a lot of people supporting you around you. If you stay small, people are going to come into your list. If you stay small, you got to keep it cheap. If you keep it cheap, people are going to register. What we do is we have glamorized staying small. And then as a result, you don't have a legacy to leave your children. You don't have a legacy that outlives you. You don't have anything that people are going to write about when they read your obituary, because I'm always worried about mortality. I'm like, what is my obituary going to look like? And we don't have any of those things to offer because what essentially has happened is we've played small for so long, we're almost invisible. And I see so many gifted people that play at that level because they are playing into the popularity of being popular and staying small and staying that small entrepreneur phase and, trying to really make a little six figures and really staying at that hustle mode. You're doing everything on your own and you've been doing it for years and years and years and years, but you're talking to other entrepreneurs who are struggling. And all of you have gotten together and you formed a group of people who can actually struggle together. And the reason I'm being honest with you about this is because we have glamorized staying small to a point where we've almost glamorized poverty, because you can't stay at that level for a very long time and think that, okay, it's okay if I continue to play small. It's okay if I could just, I'll stay a struggling entrepreneur. It's okay if I don't hire staff because, you don't want that expense on your head. And it's okay if I don't have coaches. It's okay if I don't bring in good consultants. It's okay if I don't invest in certain things. It's okay if I keep writing the books. It's okay if I keep doing it this way, my way, small. It's okay if I keep going to the conference of the beginners. It's okay if I keep doing it my way. It's okay if I keep reading the how-tos. It's okay. So we've allowed that to be the mindset and the challenges that we go through. And so you realize 2017 was the year you said you're going to get out of your own way. 2018 is coming, and you're kind of going into it with the same 2017 mindset, but you said that in 2015, and you did it in 2016, and it continues to repeat itself. Where am I going with this? We have created small mentalities around business, and we have actually rewarded and create awards for people to remain small. One of the things I'm very adamant about, I don't show up to anybody's pity party. A lot of people write me stuff. Carol, we want to honor you at the small business, micro business award show. I'm not going because I think that we have a problem and we have a propensity to not allow ourselves to think bigger than where we are. We have a propensity to be able to show off things and cars and handbags and shoes, and that's not the way successful people do it. I've been in commercial real estate now for a very long time. It's been about 9 years that I've really been building buildings. And I can tell you that all of the guys that build buildings the way that we do, some of them are much bigger than I am. They don't drive the kind of cars you see in the photographs. They don't drive the Maseratis down the street. They don't wear the designer clothes, but they're wealthy. They're not rich. They're wealthy. These are guys who operate $30 and $40 million companies. They are still driving 1992 Honda Accords with old Wrangler jeans that they bought at Walmart. And their houses may look better than most, but they don't live way above their means. And so they're not out to showboat. And my grandmother, being the West Indian child I am, My grandmother always used to say, rich people never say they're rich, wealthy people never say they're wealthy, and busy people never say they're busy. It's always people who don't have that has glamorized this idea that I'm rich, I'm wealthy, and I'm busy. And that's just not the way that when you get out here and decide to grow, that's not the way it works. So here's why I'm really adamant that we have to stop glorifying the act of playing small. We have to stop thinking of it as it's great to keep small. The more people you stay around that are playing at your level are never going to convince you that it's great to go to a new level. Number one, they can't take you there. Number two, they don't know the language of the next level. And number three, because of how many people they know and how many people they sell their $1 everything to, they really don't want to get out of that. But if you're determined that you're tired of the micro-sized business that you're operating, it's time to grow. Number two, we've all kind of scared some of you out of this whole idea of growing a business and knowing that when you get to the next level, it's lonely. And I will say I purported that a lot of times and saying that, success is a lonely man's sport, because it is. Because like I said to you earlier, a lot of people used to pray for me. Now those people pray on me. A lot of people used to be, oh my gosh, I can't wait. You can get 8,000 likes for just saying good morning. Now that they think I'm making money and now that they see that things have changed, they don't want to have anything to do with me, because of course it goes into why did you and why didn't I? It's that us versus you kind of complex. But can I tell you the truth? I'm not here to build for what people want. I have to build a legacy, and that legacy has my name on it. I wasn't built to be liked by everybody. I was built to build a legacy for my son. My son's name is Ryan. I was built to build a legacy for my niece. My niece's name is Nai. I was built because at some point I'm going to rest my head, and I want on the tombstone for it to say all the things and all the values that I left back in its place. The books that I've put out that have become New York Times bestsellers. I want to be able to say, when they look back and they say the confidence factor for women has to date has affected 1,100,000 women, that my name was on it. So the fact that you don't support me has nothing to do with me. It has something to do with you. I would love to take you with me, but if that's the mentality, then it's okay that we part ways at this level. Because in this part, I want you to get this. Every level requires a new tribe. Every single level requires a new tribe. You're going to get to new levels, and you're going to have to get a new tribe, because the people who started with you are not going to grow with you. And you will miss your time and your assignment to grow as a successful business owner outside of an entrepreneur if you spend your days trying to lug people to the next level who really don't want to climb. There are people who just don't like mountain climbing. That's just not what they do. There are people who like to sit and watch others climb mountains. Their job is not to actually climb with you. Your job is to continue to climb. Now, if you want to scream back at the people down at the bottom and say, hey, look, Gloria, hey, look, Bob, come on with me, that's you. If you're going to wait so you can miss your mark of getting to the pinnacle of that mountain because you're waiting for them to climb, you're going to miss your assignment. And that's why so many entrepreneurs don't make it to the next level, is because they want the people they started with to finish with them. And I'm so happy that you're so optimistic. The unfortunate reality is I've been in business. I've left corporate America in 2003. Everybody who said we were going to be on this journey together and we made a pact, I can't find them because they didn't want to do the work. And it's simply that. Because number three, when you decide to stop being an entrepreneur and you decide to start being a business owner, you have to stop counting the pennies and the people, and you have to start looking at progress. And so you have to get out of the penny pinching mentality of what I can't afford and I can't do this and I can't overdo, because the thing is, what in this glamorization of playing small, we have taught people in the day how to pinch pennies. And so people babysit their pennies and they don't ever get to a point where they look at progress. They never look at progress. They babysit the pennies. You ever go into a penny jar and you pick up pennies and you just hold it? Your hand gets all clammy. It's disgusting. But they'll babysit that, but they don't ever get progress. And so we have taught people through this glamorization of staying small and staying basically minute in the market, Okay, you want to take the same people with you? Okay, you don't want to be lonely? Okay, then babysit your pennies. And so as a result, you have people who tell you to invest in yourself. And so as a result, you kind of think that they mean invest in them. No, you got to stop investing and holding the pennies. That's an exercise. You're holding on to pennies. I talk to my son about that all the time, is that he's so more concerned with how much money he gets that he doesn't actually see what he has to invest to get to the next level. And so we have to get out of this phase of teaching people and glamorizing the effort that all you got to do is keep and continue to stay small by holding on, clamming on to your pennies, because you're never going to get to the next level holding on to pennies. Because if you look at it, your progress depends on you to invest in it. Think of it this way. I own about 17 retail stores. We have to buy the inventory at wholesale to sell it at retail. If I held on to the pennies, I would never make progress. If I held on, I don't want to order this today, I don't want to order that, I'm trying to save. That's how I have to increase my ask. That's how my company grows. So if I keep complaining about how much my upfront bills are, then how do I leave a legacy where there's profit on the table? Or am I only going to be concerned with, I don't want to spend $10 to make 30 back? Like this is all about how we have conditioned entrepreneurs to stay small, because we count pennies. Instead of me saying, I would gladly spend $10 to know I'm tripling my money in an hour, I would gladly do it. But we have created entrepreneurs who are so risk averse, they're broke. They stay broke. And so they go back to the people who talk their language, the people who are showing them the cars, the trucks, the Beamers, the Benzes, and everything else. And those people who are showing you the images have not done the work. And it's amazing how we're tricking people into believing that you have to stay small. And at that small level, all you need is things. You need to get past the things. Once you get to a certain level of maturity, I've been there before, trust me. There was some years ago, I did the things thing too. Not going to lie to you. And it wasn't for me. I'm not that girl. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I live way out in the country because I got over those things, right? I had to mature myself out of thinking I got to live in this place or that place. No, I really wanted a lot of land and to live alone. So that's what I did. I thought of the things. You have to have a car with a German logo, but that's just not who I am. I like drag racing, and so I wanted to get back into that. So you have to get mature enough to get out of the things, because what we do is, by playing small, we get things to impress other people so that they can buy from us when we know we can't solve that problem. All we're trying to do is get the next payment for the next thing that we're trying to do. And so we've sold entrepreneurs into this lifestyle of thinking if you stay small long enough, you can have those things too. And we've glamorized and we've made it really difficult for entrepreneurs to make millions of dollars. And so I say to you this, I'll leave this with you. It is so much easier to make $1 million than it is to make 1,000. It is so much easier. For those of you who are struggling to make 1,000, the reason why it's hard to make 1,000 is because you'd have to actually get 1,000 people to give you $1 a day. It is so easy to walk up to one person and ask for $1 million and get it. And the thing is, you'll spend the same amount of energy, but you'll spend more of your calculated risk working to try to convince people with no money to stay around you because you want to play small. You cannot stay at this level forever. You've got to graduate out of it. But the only way you're going to be able to graduate out of it, you've got to stop falling victim to thinking that because you have a lot of people around you, that they're helping you to progress. No, they're helping you to process small. I've been there. A decade ago, I was that person. I rolled in that crowd. I thought it was cute. I thought it was great. I was glamorizing broke them. Yes, I like being broke and staying around small people with small minds and small wallets to go with it. And we would make these clubs and we would stay around each other and we go for these masterminds where none of us are going to make any money, but we're planning our busy schedules and nothing ever metastasized out of this. And so you're just busy like a bee, and you couldn't get my attention because I'm busy, and I'm speaking at all these busy broke conferences, and I'm doing busy work. And one morning I woke up and I said, what the heck am I doing? I'm too intelligent to stay at this level. I'm way too gifted. I have too much to offer the market. And I got off of my behind. And I started to look at the view of all the people that were surrounding me, and I realized the only thing they liked about me was the fact that I was just like them. And the fact that I pretended to think like them was my problem. Was my problem, not their problem, it was my problem. And the fact that I continue to try to play small to appeal to people who don't want to grow was also my problem. But when I decided to grow, and I decided that I was tired of chasing $1,000 or $2,000 a day, and all these people tell you how to make $5,000. I got tired of chasing that whole thing, and I said I want to buy my first multi-million-dollar property. This is what I want to do, and everybody said that's impossible. Well, let's just fast forward it. It's been done. I've done it. I continue to do it, and I continue to tell people stop playing small. There's no rewards in the small game. If you want to relax and if you want to live at the level where you think you belong, if you want to have access to opportunities, money in the bank, and you want to be able to be invited into rooms with real game changers, you got to play at a level that is far beyond going to do small, do micro, playing at little stuff. You got to get beyond those levels. And if you think that because of the fact that you're busy, you're getting ahead, let me tell you, the busiest people I know are broke. I'm home today. Probably going to be home all week. More than likely, I'll be home all week. My next major consulting thing that I got to do is in D.C. I think that is late September. And I can do that because I could. Where some people are hustling every single day because they don't have a choice. Because when you play small, you got to hustle every day. When you work strategically, you can say, I work twice a month for a week, get up, do it again. Because here's me. I'm not going to miss my son's first day of school. It's in a week. I'm not going to miss my son's first agenda. I'm not going to miss the homework. I'm not going to miss those important things. It may look great in the beginning, but when you start missing out, then the legacy you leave is not only a legacy about the things you've accomplished, it's also about the people who you left behind while you were accomplishing them. And for me, my number one job in life is being my son's mother and making sure I don't miss. I always make sure I'm home around this time of year. I don't miss the first day of school. I don't miss the first teacher I've got to straighten up. Sometimes all it is have to straighten up the first teacher. So I don't miss the first teacher I have to straighten up. I don't miss all of that orientation stuff. I'm always home. And some people can't afford to do that because they're playing small. All right? I hope that's made sense to you. Thank you for all the comments. And some of y'all are texting me. I can actually see it on top of my screen, but I can't answer because that's went all out, whatever. But thank you so much for the comments. And if you have any other questions, do me a favor, post them below. I'll answer as need be. But my whole goal for you today, as you watch the live stream of this again later on, as you watch the rebroadcast, do me a favor. Stop glamorizing playing small. All right? Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, that is important, Miss MJ. You're so welcome. Just do the work. Get out of small. I'll see you guys soon.